Hey guys, so this is not like a video that I would usually make, but it's something that's been super duper on my mind. And it's this game that no one ever talks about, even though I've watched so many lost media videos and so many videos talking about different online worlds and online games. This one always gets skipped over, and I have no idea why. It's literally my favorite, and it's called Fantage. Most people don't seem to know what Fantage is, but there were still so many different YouTube videos of people playing Fantage that I know that so many people knew that this world existed. Like, I literally used to watch other videos of people playing Fantage, and I made some videos of myself playing Fantage. And my YouTube channel URL is literally Fantage Ashley. It's misspelled, but I was a child and I was typing really fast when I made this account, so don't even say anything. But it still feels like it never did exist since no one currently talks about it. No one's made any kind of deep dive video about it or anything. Or actually, I think there's like two videos on Fantage, but they're not like deep dives, I guess. And mine is not going to be the first deep dive because this is not a deep dive. This is more of like a small dive, I guess. Just giving a general overview and different things that I liked about the game. And also just generally things that I remember about playing the game myself. So I will give you a bit of background on it, but I'm not giving you like the entire lore and who made it and like all those different things because I truly don't know or remember. So now to go ahead and give you a bit of the background information. Fantage stood for Fantastic Age, and on the map, it would at first say Welcome to Fantastic Age. I think over time they took away that little thing that said that, but it did used to say that. It was made in 2008 and it shut down in 2018, sadly, but it did last 10 years, which I'd say is a pretty good amount of time, I guess. I myself started playing it in like 2010 or 2011. I know for a fact I was playing it by 2011, but I don't remember if I started in 2010 or 2011. And I remember the first time I ever found it, I was literally just looking for kids' online games so I could make friends, and Fantage came up. Sadly, I didn't get to see Fantage off uh, when it shut down, which I'm still kind of sad about. But I do actually have a video of one of the last times that I got on Fantage, and it's called Revisiting Fantage, I think. I recently unprivated that video in case someone wanted to watch it because I knew that I would be making a video on Fantage, but for the longest time it was private because it's kind of cringe. If you think it's cringe, please don't say anything about it. I cannot help what I did in the past. I know I was cringe. All of my Fantage videos were pretty cringe. I have quite a few, but not all of them are unprivated. Other people also made Fantage videos, but they were usually like Fantage dramas, and people would advertise in downtown, which is like the place where you load up as soon as you log on to Fantage, or sometimes you would get put in Uptown depending on how many people were downtown at the time. But people would always be down there advertising Fantage dramas or Fantage love stories or just different Fantage videos, Fantage music videos, and they would put like YouTube, um, YouTube drama series tryouts or auditions and then put like a word that would just turn into awesome a bunch of times. So it would be like that and then have a spam of just awesome because there were censored words, obviously, since it's a kids' game. I think they would just enter like, I think you could enter numbers and it would turn into awesome, just so people couldn't find out your age for, children's safety, understandably so. I actually made a Fantage drama video, or I tried to. It's not very good. I can insert a clip of it, like right here. It was truly something, but it surely wasn't good. Other people, like I mentioned, would make these, but they would mostly be looking for people who had a premium membership because they had different items. So I did not have a premium membership on my main account, the account that I made myself. It was never a premium member. They did have like this free event. Like Fantage themselves had an event where everyone could get premium membership for free. I apparently was playing at this time, but I didn't remember. And on my revisiting Fantage video, I actually mention how I have some of those items from temporarily being a premium member. And apparently they did this a couple of different times because they also did it right before they shut down too. Oh, apparently. I don't know, I wasn't there to see it. But basically everyone wanted to be a premium member, and it of course was something that you had to pay for with real money. So there were these other ways that people would try to advertise you to get premium memberships for free, like swag bucks and different survey websites that give you points and then they turn into money to get gift cards. I tried this and I did not get enough points in a short amount of time like I was wanting to, because it takes a really long time to do something like that. I did manage to have access to premium membership accounts because people on YouTube would upload free premium membership accounts and they were just like, here you go. They would give you the username and password, and it was just first come, first serve. Whoever got it, got it. You just had to make sure that you changed the password before someone else got the account. Because then, if you didn't, well, you don't get the account. I tried to do this. I just made two random Fantage accounts and I was just uploading on YouTube, and I was like, free Fantage accounts, and it was like Victoria's Cast and some other random name. But my main account was Cat922. I never gave that one away. I would never have planned on giving that one away because it was my main first account. Even though I would probably have changed the username because Cat is not my name in the slightest. It's nowhere close to my name. But I kind of had to hide my name because, internet safety for children. People with premium memberships tended to get a lot of attention. Even just walking around throughout the town, people would try to add you just for being a premium member, for no other reason other than you were a premium member. Some people did just want to add friends just to have friends because maybe they didn't have any. But a lot of times they would go for people who were premium members and not base level accounts. And I experienced it firsthand. On my main account, not as many random people wanted to be my friend, but when I was on those premium accounts that people were giving away for free, there were so many more friends. And throughout that time, I would get random friend requests from people that were just like in front of me or whatever else. I don't know why. I wouldn't even be talking. Most of the time, I didn't even talk on Fantage, so I don't know why these people wanted to be my friend. But I actually did make friends on there in a different way. So, like I mentioned earlier, there was the thing where people would advertise that they were making YouTube videos of Fantage, right? But they would also advertise these things that were called Zat chats, and it's spelled XAT. No one really gets on there anymore, and I'm really surprised it hasn't shut down yet, but I think it will be shutting down soon, just to be honest. I recently visited the website just for this video, and there were not nearly as many people on there as there used to be. Like, there were only like 3 to 4 people in each chat on the main website, and there used to be tons of people in those chat rooms, so sad to see it go downhill, but it's still running, so I guess it's doing something. But anyway, people would advertise these chats in downtown. They would be like, look up Fantage Star Cakes or whatever it might be. I think that was the name of my chat. I think so. It's on this YouTube channel as well, but it might still be privated. I'm not really sure. If it is, I can insert a picture of it, or I can just insert a picture of it anyway and correct myself later if that's not the actual name of my chat. But a lot of times when people would look these up, it would go to like blogspot.com. So people would see these like super cute, super pretty laid out blogs that had the Zat chat in it because you could get a plugin from Zat to put it on your blog spot. It was a good way to make friends and to talk to people uncensored and not have to worry about getting banned unless the owner of the chat wanted to ban you. Most people were pretty relaxed though, unless you were like spamming or something. But people would lie about their age on there, and sadly, I was one of those people. I can't even say anything. But that's aside of the point. Maybe I'll make a whole separate video on Zat, but I feel like not very many people knew about Zat either, so I'm not sure if anyone would honestly watch a video on that. So, back to the game itself. There were mini games within the game, obviously, as most of these games are. Like Movie Star Planet, you can do different things there. Club Penguin, I think you can do different things there. That wasn't really my jam personally, but I did play Club Penguin as well. Just all of the games I played, they would have mini games, right? Well, Fantage had like fashion shows. You had to buy different clothes to make sure that when you went to the fashion shows that you would have enough colors to do the different categories or different costumes so that you could have enough costumes for the different categories as well. And it was on like a point system. So you would win based on the amount of points that you got, and you would have to do poses as well as, dressing for whatever the theme was for that specific round. Some of my other favorite games were this game that was like, I think it was either on a roller coaster or like you were on your hoverboard and you were on this like roller coaster track and you'd have to spin around and make sure that you did all like the right things, hit all the right buttons so that you didn't fail, and you would get a certain amount of stars. And stars was one of the currencies in the game, as well as e-coins, and I think later on gold, which gold I'm pretty sure could only be acquired if you had a premium membership. I don't think I was playing as frequently when gold was a thing, but I do remember seeing it. And e-coins, I think that they were like special items that were e-coin only. So you could, I think at first you had to buy e-coins, but then later down the line they made it to where you could watch ads and you would get a certain amount of free v-coins of free e-coins each day. Usually it was like 30 at a time or maybe 20, just depending on what you wanted to watch or do to acquire the e-coins. There was also this trivia game that you could play in, I think it was in the school gym. And you just answer different trivia questions. Also in the school there was like Where in the World, I think it was called. And you could just match the states to where they actually went on the map. And that was a good way for me to learn the map of the United States. Some of the places I like to hang out though and not just play games was in the Star Cafe. It was in the downtown, which is like the main area of the map. And you could just sit in there. I think there was a game that you could play there, but you just hung out with friends, pretend to have a coffee date. You could do whatever you wanted to, really. Um, I liked it because it was just chill. You just hang out, do whatever. Some other areas of the map, though, were downtown, which is the main area, like I said, uptown, which you could sometimes also load into, and that's also where the Fantage Hall of Fame was, which is where most of the people in the Hall of Fame were premium members. Um, and the people in it would change occasionally, but it, for the most part, was the same people every time that I would visit it. I do remember Civic Princess and Pink Stardust being two people that I remember very vividly, and people would always be like, oh my gosh, Civic Princess is getting online right now, she's going to be in this server. And I think people were actually trying to trick everyone into getting off of the server so that Civic Princess or whoever else could join into the server they were currently in because maybe they were friends with them or something. But some people were being actually serious, and then that server would be filled up and no one else could join because they were all trying to hound Civic Princess or Pink Stardust and follow them around, try to be her friend or whatever else. And that was just really funny to see because it was never that serious. Literally, I think the only way you could get in the Hall of Fame was for having a high level and maybe having certain items. I don't really remember fully, but I do remember that you had to have a super high level. And most of the time, you could only get that super high level if you were a premium member, because I think you leveled up faster if you were a premium member. The levels are something else I might touch on it a little bit later, but to finish up the map area, there was also a lighthouse, a grotto, a castle, which I think is where you could buy your house. Um, There was like the snowy area that I can't remember the name of, and I think there was something that used to like float in the sky sometimes. I can't really remember what that's called either, but you could get to that somehow. There was also the spy area downtown where you could do spy missions, and that was kind of fun for like a short amount of time. There was also this place that had like a saloon. I don't really remember what area of the map that this was in, but I do remember it being there because you could trade stuff and you could get money, I think, for it. So now to go back to the entire level thing, basically, you leveled up for doing different things throughout the world, and your level also kind of could tell people how long you've been playing. This wasn't always accurate because, like I said, premium members tended to level up much faster than base level members. So you could have been playing since Fantage opened, and you still wouldn't have as high of a level as like Civic Princess or Pink Stardust or whoever else has been #1 in the Hall of Fame. Your level was shown on your ID phone, which is basically like your profile, pretty much, for other people to see. You could decorate it and put stickers on it and different things like that, put a charm, make it cute, basically. It was pretty fun. I think that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about Vantage that I feel like I didn't get as much in other games is how customizable everything really felt. And I know that a lot of other games are like customizable, but not as easy to play layout wise. I think Vantage was super duper easy to figure out and super easy to play and navigate. And overall, it was just so much fun. Like, literally, I wish so many more people could have played it because I think maybe it wouldn't have shut down when it did. I don't know the reasoning behind why they shut down, but if it was because of the lack of players, then I think they definitely could have gotten more players if more people had known about the game. But basically, as I wind down, I just want to give my little quick final thoughts. Like I said, I think Vantage was super duper awesome. I loved that game. I loved everything about it. It was just so much fun. It was such an easy way to make friends, also. Well, if people weren't bullying you for not being a premium member. But generally speaking, people were decently nice, I guess, as nice as children can be. But it's so weird to see these different games get completely like overshadowed, basically. I even more recently saw someone mention UB Funkies, which is one of those games where you would have to like plug in a physical item into your computer so that you could play it and it would put your character that you have onto the game. Same with like Barbie World, I think that's what that was called, but you basically had a Barbie MP3 player that you could customize and you would have to plug it into your computer. You could download the game and then you could play the game. And someone even talked about that game, which I was really surprised about. I almost didn't remember it, but then I saw someone else talk about it, and I was like, wow, so this was a real game, and I do remember it existing. Now, the other one that I don't ever see anyone talk about is Meez, and it was spelled Meez. I don't know why it shut down. I do remember when it shut down though, and I was so sad because I was trying to log on and it didn't exist anymore. And that was pretty disheartening because it was like a more adult version of Fantage, and the characters were a bit. They weren't 2D. They weren't as 2D. So, yeah, I hope that a lot of these games can get a lot more attention, and I hope that this video itself was informative. That's basically what I wanted it to be, as well as just a general reflection of something that I used to thoroughly enjoy. I really like making videos about things that I enjoy. I have another YouTube channel. I don't think I'm gonna include it here, but if you know it, then you know it. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and maybe I'll make another video about one of the other things that I mentioned in this video, like Zat or Meez. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye!